Good afternoon, y'all. Welcome back to some H-Town Sports. I'm your host, Jacob Hazel. We're going to be talking about the big games we got going on today. Big Texans game coming up. Rockets lost yesterday. U of H won, though, and the college football playoff. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I know this is like Houston-based sports, but whenever something happens in the sports world, I want to talk about it. I'm tapped into a lot of things. UFC, too. I might mention that a little bit. But for the Texans preview coming into the game, it's a big one. The Jags are going to win. I don't think the score's final where I'm recording right now, but they're up like 28-10 or something. Colts, Daniel Jones went down with an injury. Might be the Achilles. He might be done for the year. So Jags are going to likely win. It's going to push them to 9-4, so we're going to have to win to keep pace and stay one game back. Right now, we're 7-5, one game back. Jags are going to win, so we need to win this to keep that one game back. And we're playing a struggling Chiefs team, but they're still good. They're sits on the year. And the biggest thing for them has been their one-score games. They just haven't been able to win those one-score games. Last year, whenever they went to the Super Bowl, they were undefeated in one-score games. This year, they only have one win. I'm pretty sure it's like 4 or 5 or 6 losses, something like that. They're like 1-5 in one-score games. So, again, they're still a good team. They're still playing competitive games. They just haven't been able to pull it out at the end. Something we saw at the beginning of the year with the Texans. And the Chiefs' defense can definitely still be good. It still is good. And they tend to turn it up for important games, so defense is definitely going to be on. Offense is definitely going to be a premium today with the defenses that are on the field, if that made sense. For the Chiefs team, their offense has been good this year. They're 9th in points per game, 2nd in passing yards per game, and they're taking care of the football. They're 29th out of 32 teams with like 0.7 turnovers per game, which is like third, really. They're 3rd in the league. They're only turning the ball over like a little bit per game. 0.7 is really good, so they're going to take care of the football. They're gonna have Patrick Mahomes. They're gonna cook. Just try to be ready for it. And then their defense has also been stout. They're the seventh in points per game at 19. They also limit yardage. They limit points. The big thing about the Chiefs defense, though, they don't force takeaways. And I think that's what's cost them in these one-score games where the margins are so thin. You need those game-turning, those plays that flip you from losing by 1 score to winning by 1 score because you get a pick in the opponent territory, something like that. So they don't necessarily force turnovers, which I think is something that's good for us. As long as we don't turn the ball over, I'm always going to trust our defense. And then for their players, you know who Patrick Mahomes is. Do I need to say anything? We saw bro lay down last year in the game versus us and throw a touchdown pass. Just insane. 3,200 yards on the year, 22 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, or 22 passing touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He's having a good year. It's not the best year he's ever seen. Obviously, the guys won MVPs and all that. But he's still having a solid year nonetheless, and he's still Patrick Mahomes. Like, no matter what, it's Patty. Like, I don't know. No matter what Patty does, I'm always be scared. He's got that TB12 factor to him where you know he's the best QB in the league. Like, that might be controversial for some people, but yeah, Patty's still the best QB in the league. I don't care. Rashee Wright's in only 7 games played. He's averaging 85 yards per game, 6 touchdowns. He's their playmaker. They love throwing little short passes, little screens to him. Basically just giving him the ball in space and letting him do something with it. So, should keep an eye on him. He's really good. He's on my fantasy team, though, so win-win. And then Travis Kelce, no matter what Kelce does, I'm still gonna respect Kelce. He has 720 yards and 5 touchdowns, which isn't, crazy, but he's a still really good player. At tight end, 700 yards and 5 touchdowns is good for anyone else. Whenever you compare it to Kelce's career stats, it's obviously not the greatest, but still a really good player, still performing at, 35 or 36, however old he is now. And then Kareem Hunt's been their RB1 this year. Kareem Hunt took over Pacheco's job, basically. He just literally outperformed him. He's just better in short yardage situations, better at catching the ball. He's a running back. He's a really tough runner. Really great player. Just don't let him use his feet and start kicking people. I don't know. Really good kicker, too. Elite kicker. Chris Jones also is so good. He hasn't had the stats necessarily to back it up this year, but I promise you're going to hear his name today. It doesn't matter about the stats sometimes, man. The year-to-year stats don't necessarily matter because, dude, you got guys who, their stats go down for a year, but they're still really good. Chris Jones, for example, his stats are down from where his career numbers are, but he's still a really good player on that defense. So watch out for him. I'm assuming you're going to hear his name today. I just expect us, for the game, how I think the game's going to go. I expect us to try and establish a run, something that Nick Caley loves to do. He loves running the ball. He loves being a hard-nosed, gritty team, if that made sense. And Woody Martz has been really good at doing that, even though he's not, the stats he's not jumping off the page. He's been a really tough runner, which I think is the biggest thing in this offense. And then the run game will open up some play-action shots, which we'll hit on. Shout out CJ. CJ's going to cook today a little bit. I think it's going to be a defensive battle for the most part. I mean, we have the best defense in the league. The Chiefs have a really good defense who turn up in prime time. So I think it's going to be a defensive battle. But CJ's not going to turn the ball over. He's going to play turnover-free football today. Higgins is going to have a good game. And the Texans pull out the W 24-20. That's my prediction. Hopefully it goes that way. Hopefully I could care less what the score is. I could care less, man. As long as the Texans win, I don't care. So go Texans. That's going to do it for the Texans recap, man. I hope y'all are tuning in. It's going to be a big game. It's at 7:20. Let's have fun and watch it, man. But that's going to do it for the rest of the Texans recap. Preview, I mean. I'm going to go ahead and go to the Rockets recap. Rough game, but yeah, I'm going to do a Rockets recap regardless. You got to talk about the wins and the losses. So it's going to be one of those episodes where we got to talk about a Rockets loss, which there's not going to be too many of those, man. We're cooking this year. But man, that was like ugly in the second half. No Şengün or Adams. Our only center was Capello or Jabari Smith at the small ball 5. And coming into the game, we're the second seed at 15-5 versus the Mavs at 12 seed at 9-16, although they do have AD back, so I guess. Coming off a back-to-back for us, but we're at home, so. Even though we don't have Şengün or Adams, we should still win. Like, we're still, in theory, the more talented, the better team. Of course, Street Clothes Davis was available to play versus us today, which is like, I guess, really good. And the one day we don't have any centers, the day that Anthony Davis is healthy, but neither here nor there. So yeah, first quarter, we were staying in it though. We were staying in it. It was a competitive game. KD had 13 first quarter points to keep us in it. It was a solid quarter. We were up 29-26 at the end of the first. So like, playing pretty good. And then the second quarter, again, it was like back and forth, neck and neck. We're going back and forth with them. Amin had an insane block on ID where like Amin just turned around, just jumped up with a 7-footer and just swatted it over the backboard. Amin's an athletic freak. It was so fun to watch. That was a pretty cool highlight. If you haven't seen it, please go look at it. It's pretty crazy. And then at half, 57-57. So we weren't playing the best, but honestly, I'm still feeling good because I know that we're the Rockets. I know that we should be the better team. Even though we don't have Şengün, we still have KD. And we're the better team in my head. So we're in a good spot. We're not in the spot that we necessarily want to be in at halftime, but we're not in a bad spot, and we're in a spot where we could easily pull out this W. Were my thoughts going into half. And then the third quarter happened. And we just got dominated. Like, we looked like a team coming off a back-to-back. We looked like a team missing our team MVP. Şengün's our MVP. Mavs went on a 33-9 run at one point. Like, KD had 27 points. He got up to 27 points in the third quarter, which was nice, I guess. But, like, to be honest, like I said, I just think this game is showing you that Şengün is our best player. Şengün is our MVP. Şengün is what makes this offense go. So, if we don't have Şengün, the offense looks way different. And you can just double-team KD and force guys like a COOGS or whatnot to make a bucket or something like that. So, after the end of the third quarter, after they went on a 33-9 run and they basically dominated us in that quarter, they were up 94-77. They went up by 17 points, and it was tied at halftime. So, big old difference. That was rough. And in the fourth quarter, we tried to get back into it. We got it to 11 a couple times, and then the Mavs would just push it away, push it a little bit further, 13-15. And it was just too big of a deficit for us to come back from. Aaron Holiday had a good fourth quarter, I guess. I'll get into it later, but he did have a good fourth quarter. He was performing in the fourth quarter, but it just didn't help us any. We still ended up losing 122-109. Just a rough game. I mean, it's the NBA. You're going to have those games. Like, whenever we lost to the Jazz, you're playing NBA caliber players. All these guys are super talented. So whenever you got a guy like AD out there playing versus us who can give him 30, that happens. We just got to move on. It's okay. We're still only a half game back from the second seed in the West. So it's nothing big, nothing major. You're going to lose games. You're going to have bad games. You're going to have games where you don't beat the guys that you should beat. So that's okay. Rough game to watch, but hopefully y'all were tuned into like anything else, college football, UFC. Like, there's a lot going on yesterday, so. Rockets team notes, funny enough, we still dominated the glass, like the offensive glass today. Like, only had one center. Our only other center was Jabari Smith playing center. And we had 16 offensive rebounds to their 7. However, we had 17 second chance points to their 14. So, we're getting all these offensive rebounds, but we weren't really doing anything with it, so it didn't really matter. The stats that did matter, though, we had 18 turnovers to their 12. So, turn the ball over more, and you're thinking, okay, hopefully it didn't lead to too many fast break points or points off turnovers, right? Yeah, so we had 14 points off their turnovers, off their 12. They had 34 points off of 18 turnovers. That's damn near 2 points a turnover. Like, they did not score whenever we turned the ball over. It was a score every time, which was kind of crazy. And then they had, obviously, if they're getting turnovers, if we're turning the ball over, if they're getting steals and stuff like that and getting out in transition, you can see it in the fast break points. And, man, we had 8. They had 28. So, like, you can definitely see the difference where we lost and where we won. And that's where we lost today, was those turnovers, those points off turnovers, and those fast break points. I mean, if you lose the points off turnover battle by 20 points, there's no way. I mean, there is a way, but if it's that bad, most of the time you're not going to win. And today, we didn't win. Or yesterday, I should say. The Mavs also shot 60% from the field, 37% from 3, 85% from the free throw line. Just a loss. Rough loss. We'll bounce back, and hopefully Şengün comes back healthy. I don't know. He's just sick right now or something like that, so hopefully he gets back on his feet soon. So that's going to do it for the Rockets team notes. For the players, I mean, KD, he did have 27 points, a rebound, 3 assists, 55% from the field, which was nice. Good game. Shit just didn't matter. You're going to see KD on all these recaps. Every time that we play a game, KD is going to be one of the biggest contributors. He's our best, probably just get a bucket kind of guy. If Şengün was ever guarded one-on-one, I'd probably say Şengün. But yeah, KD's ability to just get a bucket is huge. Shouldn't really help us today. Jabari Smith, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, a block in 41 minutes. Damn. 10 and 19 from the field. Good game. I love seeing Jabari Smith be aggressive. The fact that he shot 19 shots is really fun, really cool. But it's probably not good if Jabari Smith's shooting 19 shots. If he's shooting 19 shots, it's probably not a good sign. But he was efficient, so it's not like it was bad. It's just, if Jabari Smith's taking 19 shots for you, something ain't going right. That's all. I love Jabari Smith, though, so no hate. He did have a great game today. So shout out Jabari. My biggest, like, the thing that's really getting to me, Aaron Holiday had 27 minutes, 19 points, 58% from the field, 50% from 3. Reed Sheppard in 20 minutes had 12 points, 62% from the field, 66% from 3. I understand that Aaron Holiday is playing better than Reed Sheppard right now. I get that, but I also don't think Aaron Holiday is playing that much better than Reed Sheppard. And I think if we're gonna win a championship, if we're gonna go win a ring in the next year or two, it's not gonna be because Aaron Holiday is a solid rotational piece for us. Realistically, he shouldn't be on the court whenever it comes down to it in the postseason. Or if he is, solid like 10, 15 minutes a game. But if we're gonna win a ring, we need Reed Sheppard to be good. If Aaron Holiday is good, his ceiling is his ceiling. That's it. Reed Sheppard's ceiling is so much higher than Aaron Holiday. It's like Reed Sheppard's the guy that we need to be giving these minutes to. These are the times to practice the reps. That way whenever it comes to the postseason, he's comfortable, he's ready for that moment. That's what's really getting to me, because Aaron Holiday isn't outperforming Reed Sheppard by that much. Reed needs to learn and make mistakes and just get out there and play. It's just really, really, really getting to me that Ime's not playing Reed and playing Aaron Holiday over Reed because it does nothing for the future of our team. Not just considering this year, but the years after this. Because we're not just this year a title. It's next year, the year after that. Reed Sheppard needs to be good if we're going to win a title this year. And you have to play him for him to get better. So I don't know why we keep playing Aaron Holiday more minutes than Reed Sheppard. That's my biggest thing. I don't know why. But I trust Ime. I mean, I can't, like, to be honest, I do trust Ime. As frustrated as I am, if Ime's seeing something in practice, he might be seeing something in practice. If he's seeing something in the game, he's seeing something in the game. He's taking us to where we're at, so I'm going to trust Ime. But please play Reed fucking Sheppard, dog. Please. There's no way in a game with no Şengün that Reed Sheppard's getting 20 minutes. There's just no way. And there's no fucking way. And then Amin, rough game. 2 of 11 from the field. I mean, he still had 6 boards, 6 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, but rough. 2 of 11 for a guy that shoots only 2s. He shot 3 threes today, which kind of a sign that probably don't need to be shooting 3 threes as Amin Thompson. But 2 of 11, it just wasn't the best game for him today. Sometimes you had bad games, sometimes you had off games. This is one of those games. But as you can see, he's always going to stuff the stat sheet everywhere else. Always going to play hard, which is cool. That's what I think is the biggest thing. Even though he had a bad game, he stayed in it and was contributing in other aspects. And Capella had 30 minutes today. Again, there's just signs in the box score where you're like, you probably didn't win this game, but Jabari's shooting 20 shots. Capella's playing 30 minutes. and a men's 2-11. Probably wasn't a good game, and it wasn't at the end. So Capella had 8 and 8, 2 blocks, solid game. But yeah, Clint Capella just can't be your starting center playing 30 minutes a night at this point in his career. A very solid rotational player. Just you can't expect him to step up huge like that. So we ended up losing. As I told you earlier, it was 125. Let me make sure I get the right score. Yeah, 122, 109. My takeaway, it happens. It is what it is, and it's okay. We'll bounce back next game. We'll get a dub next game. Shingun will be healthy. We'll be good. But that's going to do it for the Rockets recap. Now moving on to the U of H recap. U of H did play a game. We played it in the Toyota Center, which... keep it at Fertitta next time, man. U of H is a commuter school, and you can definitely tell whenever we play at a place like Toyota Center, man, people live like an hour away. Like, it's rough out here. So, just want to do a quick shout-out to U of H. I mean, honestly, we just continue to handle business against teams that we should handle business against. Florida State was unranked coming in. They weren't the better team. We were definitely the better team by a wide margin, and we showed why we were today. Team notes, like... We ended up winning. I thought I had the final score written down, but I didn't. But basically, we won by about 20 points. We shot 50% from the field, 38% from 3, 80% from the free throw line. Florida State, on the other hand, shot 38% from the field, 31% from 3, 72% from the free throw line. So you can see the difference. We had a nice efficient game. They definitely struggled really poorly because our defense is just elite. They're always going to have an elite defense if Sampson's there. I think even whenever his son's the coach, that's going to be our calling card, elite defense. A couple of stats that show you the difference in the game. We had 13 turnovers compared to their 19, and we had 15 steals compared to their 5. So you obviously see on that end where we dominated. So you can see that's probably where the widest margin was. Points off turnovers, I couldn't find it for some reason, but I'm assuming we had a good amount of them considering they had 19 turnovers. You can see where we dominated the game. We shot better. We stole the ball. We played great defense. One aspect of the game that's still concerning to me is we keep giving up offensive rebounds, though. In the past, we've always won the offensive rebound battle, and this year it's been neck and neck. We're letting teams get on that offensive glass, which I don't think is a good recipe, especially in March Madness, where that extra rebound, that extra kick-out 3, man, it hurts you. So today we had 12 offensive rebounds to their 16. Now, I know they missed more, but, it's just the principle. I just don't think we should ever be getting out-rebounded on that offensive glass, and today we did, and it's happened all year, which scares me a little bit, but I'm going to trust in Sampson. That dude knows what he's doing. It's still early in the year, so I'm not too worried. On the players, Flemings is so good. 21 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds. 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Sorry about that. And 8 steals? 8? That's insane. That is insane. 8 of 13 from 3, 3 of 4 from 3. Dude's defense is elite. He's so good on defense. His hands are really good. He's pretty physical for his size and his stature, if you'd say. He's just elite. The dude's going to be a lottery pick. He's so good. We're going to win a natty because of him. Sharp, 27 points, hits a 12 from 3. Sharp shooter. I didn't even mean to do that, but he is a sharp shooter, man. He's just so good. If we're going to win again, if we're going to make a run at the natty again, we're going to need Sharp to hit threes. He's an X factor for us every game. If that guy's knocking down threes from 5 feet behind the three-point line, we can win ball games. Kristen Ack, double-double, 15 and 10, 7-11 on the field. I just love seeing him get more and more comfortable. He didn't shoot any threes today, which I kind of like. I like him shooting threes, but I like him being aggressive. I like him attacking the rim because with his size, with his frame, he can easily do that every day. So good game for him. He just looks like he's getting more and more comfortable out there, playing in the U of H system, playing at a college level, at this D1 level, playing really, really good teams. JoJo, 3 steals, 1 block. Dude's a stock machine. I don't know if y'all don't know what stats are. It's steals plus blocks, and the guy just every game has 4 minimum. Elite defensive player. He's going to be on the running for the Lefty Award, or basically the Depoy Award for the Big 12 again, because, wow, he is so good at defense. And then Harwell, just real quick, he only got 3 minutes today. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it just was one of those games where he just didn't want to play him. But he might be the 5-star that's fallen out of favor at U of H. But a lot of season left, so he still is immensely talented, and he definitely can cook. But that's going to do it for the U of H recap. Basically, U of H basketball is still cooking. We're 15 ranked right now, or higher than that, I'm tripping. But, we're really good. We're really, really good. And we have a couple losses this season to start. But, again, our start this year is so much better than last year. And last year, we went to the Natty. So, even if we catch a loss in the upcoming weeks, don't freak out. Losses and basically losses in November and December are okay. Even in January, losses that early, you're learning how your team plays. You're letting them go through adversity. If you go undefeated, you're never going to win anything, because whenever you face adversity in that NCAA tournament, you're going to be scared. So it's good to go through that adversity earlier in the year, build yourself up, and then have 1 or 2 losses later in the year like U of H normally does. So if we get a loss coming up, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay. And then a little bit extra to the episode today, I honestly watched every sport that I really can besides soccer. So if the college football, yesterday, Indiana, Ohio State, all those championship games, I was tuned in. I keep up with it. It's pretty fun. So whenever something happens in the non-Houston sports world that's huge, I'm going to talk about it. Today, for example, the college football playoff got announced. The standings, the seeding, and all that. I just don't agree. I don't know what we're doing, but I don't know. Shout out to Indiana, by the way. Dude, they didn't have a 10-win season their whole career, whole everything, the whole time they've been in university, since last year. Kurt Signetti is a winner. I love his quotes. It's great. But the guy took that team from no 10-win seasons, got him a 10-win season last year in his first year, and then this year he's ranked the number 1 in the nation, took down number 1 Ohio State. Shout out to Indiana. Shout out to Indiana. They're playing great. Them taking down OSU is still crazy. OSU's still going to win the Natty, though. But that's just insane. And shout out to Indiana. I was rooting for them, but I didn't think they were going to win, honestly. And they won, so. You can see the difference between this year and last year. They're just getting better and better. And they're not even doing it with, blue chip recruits. They're just doing it with guys that Signetti wants on his team that are good, obviously. Obviously, they're still really good players, but they're not necessarily the number 1, number 2 recruit in their class, and they're just cooking guys. So I think it's really cool. And then just my thoughts on the playoff. There's just no way Notre Dame is not in. I know they don't play anybody, but the 2 guys they lost to were A&M, who's top 12, and Miami, who's top 12. So the only 2 losses are 2 other teams in the college football playoff. The Miami loss wasn't too good, but the A&M loss, they lost by a game-winning touchdown where the hold was controversial. I got no comment. I can't comment on O-line. I don't understand what a hold and what isn't, so I don't fucking know. It kind of looked like a hold, but I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was. Either way, they lost on a game-winning touchdown to one of the best teams in the nation. I think Texas A&M is number 5 right now or something like that. But it's how in the world does a 3-loss Alabama team get in over a 2-loss Notre Dame team who only lost to playoff teams? Incredibly crazy to me. I think Notre Dame should absolutely be in the playoff over Bama. It's just that simple. Alabama being in is insane. No 3-loss team should be in the college football playoff if it's 12 teams. There's no way, shape, or form that they should be in there. But that's my Dell Night rant. On the positive side, shout out to JMU. Hey, y'all gonna get dog walked, but y'all are in there. Y'all made it. Definitely gonna lose, but they made it. So who knows? You never know. It's football. Something can happen. Tulane's playing Ole Miss. No head coach, Ole Miss. No more Lane Kiffin. Offensive coordinators are gone. And maybe Tulane pulls out a dub. JMU, absolutely not. But maybe Tulane pulls out a dub. Overall, I think the college football playoff is awesome. I think seeing guys like JMU and Tulane in there is awesome. I think seeing marquee matchups between guys that are in different conferences, like let's say Miami, who's in the ACC, versus someone like A&M, who's in the SEC, who never match up in the regular season, matching up in the playoffs or whatnot. That's really cool. I just think the ranking system is super flawed, and there needs to be some reform. There needs to be some outlined stuff that they tell us, because you can't tell me that we're valuing an Alabama win over Auburn. They won by a touchdown. And I love Auburn. Playing in O'Hare Stadium is tough. I get that. But beating a 6-6 Auburn team or a 5-7 Auburn team, whatever they ended up being, that boosting your resume is crazy to me. Because if we're counting Notre Dame not playing anybody, then how does Alabama playing Auburn boost them up because they won by 7 points? It's a really flawed ranking system to me. It's incredibly biased towards the SEC, which I think it should be, but not to this extent. Because the SEC is the best conference. It's that simple. Everyone in the SEC is good. However, if you have 3 losses, you should not be in the playoff. So there just needs to be some reform next year on how the playoff works. There needs to be outlined reasonings why. It can't just be guys in the war room, guys in their room just saying, yeah, we're going to take them over them because they beat Auburn. They got dog walked by Georgia. I understand they shouldn't have been. Like, if you don't make the conference championship, they end up with 2 losses. But if you go, have a good game. You lost by 4 scores or 3 scores. Why am I going to be confident of you in the playoff whenever you play against them again? Anyways, that's my thoughts on the college football playoff. I think it's kind of stupid sometimes, but moral of the story, Ohio State's winning the Natty. They're just too good. Cardinal Tate, Jeremiah Smith, elite. Their running backs are good. Their defense is elite. Their QB, true freshman, cooking, only going to get better. They're going to win the Natty. And then lastly, UFC, little touch-up on UFC. I can't believe Merab lost. Shout out to Merab. The dude was insane. I think he fought 4 or 5 times this year, or 4 times this year. Like, his activity level was insane, which you don't see from UFC champs in the UFC. Pretty cool to see. I love Merab. I think he'll definitely get another shot. Not right now, but maybe after Umar gets one. He's pretty fun to watch. Super energetic, always has good fights. So I hope he gets back up on that mountaintop. And then Vaughn winning off a TKO was insane. He deserved it, I guess. I don't know. He's fighting out of Houston, so shout out Joshua Vaughn. He always has really cool fights. I promise you the next fight he has is probably going to be really fun to watch. But, man, seeing Petonia lose his belt like that was tough because he's so good. He might have been the best pound-for-pound fighter out there. The way he just dominated his division, and seeing him just snap his elbow like that hurts. But Joshua Vaughn out of Houston, the new champ. It was really cool. So I like Joshua Vaughn. That fight versus the Royal, I'm pretty sure his name was right before, it was awesome. And then this fight, rough ending for Petonia. Petonia will definitely be back whenever he gets healthy. He'll get that title shot. But overall, great recap. Go Texans. We're going to get this W today. Forget the Chiefs. Go Rockets. We'll bounce back Nets game. Go Cougars. We're going to keep winning. College football playoff, I'm telling y'all, Ohio State, they're going to win the Natty. And then the UFC thing is just crazy to me because we got 2 new champs in one night. There's only 8, and we got 25% of the champs just changed. There's only 8, so pretty crazy. But that's going to do it for the recap. Thank y'all so much for tuning in if y'all did. It was a little bit of a longer episode today. I had a lot to talk about, but go Texans, man. Go Texans. I'm really excited. Got my jersey on. Shout out Tank Dell, by the way. Hold on, is it on there? Hold on. I can't see. Oh, whatever. That shit Tank. Tank's goated. Tank's our guy. Houston legend. Went to U of H. Cooked at U of H. Cooking in the NFL. Then he had a freak injury. He'll be back next year. Always positive on the sideline. So, shout out Tank Dell. Go Texans. Let's get this W, man.